our recording for the people who didn't make it, who depend on the recording. So one more deep breath together. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes. If not, that's fine. But let's just call in the energy around us to be calm and happy, joyous and free. Let's drop into our bodies and just feel the energy of gratitude. Tonight, we're going to talk about finding our soul song, listening to that part of us that feels and desires joy. So as we start with that, we will do our check-in. I am so happy and grateful now that, finish that sentence. And the second sentence is, I am so proud. And Diane, let's start with you tonight.
Okay. It's good to see all of you. Really, it's really great to see all of you. I am so happy and grateful that the weather is turning nice and I'm being able to get out and walk some more, and I've done some more 10,000 step days and I'm feeling more energized. And I'm proud that I got to work at an Avalanche game the other day and it all went so smoothly. It was I felt very safe. I thought they did a really good job. So there was only 4,000 fans there, but I want you guys to know I felt safe. So bigger crowds are maybe coming back for all of us.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. I feel really good. Everything's working just perfectly. And I'm vaccinated.
Yay! All right, that's fantastic. Thank you, Diane. It's good to see you.
Good to see
Barb
you guys.
Short, I'm so happy and grateful now that, and I am so proud.
I am so happy and grateful now that it's starting to look like spring out there. The grass is green and the trees are blooming. And we'll ignore the weather forecast for this weekend, which is supposed to be. And I am so proud. I helped my son do this filing. I volunteered to help him to save him $500 to hire someone to do it. It's a thing to file your foreign, if you have an account in a foreign country, and he lives in a foreign country, so he's got bank accounts. So it's called the FBAR report. And I was really stressed about it, but it worked out really well. So I'm proud.
Okay. That's great, Barb. It's really good to see you.
It's great to see you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. Holly, I'm so happy and grateful now that, and I'm so proud.
I am so happy and grateful now that my brother is moved. Yay!
Good job, Holly.
Yeah, it was really a push, and well, you guys know, you all know, but Janet knows the condition of my brother's apartment was a disaster. So I'm also grateful that the lady that I hired, her company to do the cleaning, did a great job cleaning it. And I'm just proud that I kept my cool and I kept focused, and I didn't lose it when I walked into his new place the other day and he was starting to trash it already. And, we're working on it. I got a call from the people who were helping him today, and we had a nice long talk, and we're going to look at getting somebody else in there who will be a little better fit for him. So I'm just proud I'm keeping up with all of that stuff.
Fantastic. I know that's been a lot. So
yeah,
I'm glad that you made it here tonight. You can do a little decompressing.
And it's, again, great to see all of you guys. And Julie, I haven't seen you in forever. Do you remember we took a class at New Dawn like years ago?
Absolutely. You'll always have a special place in my heart.
Yes, me too. It's good to see you.
Yay.
Thanks, Holly. Sherry, are you able to check in? She's coming. She's got a dog she's got to take care of tonight. So.
Oh, what happened?
She had surgery.
Oh.
Okay. Yes, I couldn't get the unmute button. I'm not used to using my phone anymore. I used to do it only on my phone, and now I can't do it anymore. So anyway, Well, I'm just happy and grateful that I'm starting to get some things taken care of around here and some planning done for things around my house and my yard. And it's just a matter of, getting it implemented, but I'm getting Desi a new yard. Sorry.
Just
And
like a kid.
Nothing can keep her down, huh?
oh my gosh, he is, yeah, this is not gonna be good. Sorry. And I'm so proud. What am I proud of? That I'm really starting to get a little more focused and grounded again. I had been so good back when I was really engaged with our Sunshine Sisters and I was using my book and all that. And then I kind of fell off the wagon, but I'm getting back on it. And I'm sharing that with a friend, actually. Every morning we turn to a page and text each other what page to read. So that's been fun. And it's been really amazing because all of the pages in the last 3 days have been about forgiveness. And so yeah, it's been good for me. And just trying to listen to some of the books again and just kind of get refocused because it's so easy to go down the negativity rabbit hole. So trying to keep myself out of there. Up until now, it's been easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Love it, love it, love it.
It's really hard to do now. Right, Desi? Yes.
That's great, Sherry, that you've got someone that you're doing that with. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good to see you and thanks for sharing.
Mhm.
Mel, I'm so happy and grateful now that, and I'm so proud.
Me, Mel?
Mel,
I am so happy and grateful that I get to see all of your faces tonight. I have missed you guys. I missed my morning sunshine. What can I say? And I am so proud that I put out a request to a friend tonight, and I think she heard me. So we'll see what happens from there. After talking to my therapist yesterday, I decided I would do something. So I did it. So we'll see what happens.
good for you, Mel.
Yep.
Good for you. Thank you. Deanna got in here first, but we let you have time to think. I'm so happy and grateful, and I'm so proud.
Oh, I'm happy and grateful that things are opening up more and there's opportunities and things just are starting to feel more, they're just feeling more normal. They're just feeling better. I don't know. I don't know if they are really, because they keep saying there's another wave coming, but I'm feeling that way. And I'm really proud of my daughter for the way she's handling her current challenges, health challenges, work challenges, and just kind of life challenges. And just kind of stepping up to whatever needs to happen. And so I guess that's kind of the big thing in my life right now is I'm spending a lot of time with her and helping her go through these things. But she's a warrior. She's amazing. So yeah. And I'm really grateful to see everybody here too. It was so uplifting just to see the faces come. It's like, yes, it's been too long.
Isn't it great when we can get back together and have all that immediate connection, after spending a year in bed together? I'm sorry. I spent an entire year with a coven of women. And now we're coming out.
That's good.
Oh, well, I'm happy and grateful that you're all here tonight. It's so good to see all of you as well. And I'm proud I got my shot. So my second shot is here. It's in my arm and I'm feeling pretty good. I didn't feel this good at this point with the first shot. So I feel very good that I'm feeling this good with the second shot. So we're moving in the right direction. Seeing that there is a potential in-person meeting coming up. Ooh, wouldn't that be fun? So we'll put that out to the universe for when that might be and how that might be. Jackie is in Iowa, but why would we let that stop us? So thank you for being here tonight. We're going to talk about our soul song.
May
And-
I share about what I'm happy and grateful for?
Oh, Julie, how did I forget you?
That's okay.
No, you know
too.
what
And
happened?
Jackie, and
Jackie and Julie.
I can tell you what happened when Sherry moved. Everybody moved, and I was going around my screen. When I went around my screen and you moved in my brain, you were done. I'm so sorry.
Don't be,
Julie
it's
and then
okay.
Jackie. Thank you.
Yes. So I am so happy and grateful that it is springtime. Let's see who just shared. Deanna, no. Oh, I'm trying to get the names right. About gardening and working in the yard, mulching and, you know, tending to all the beautiful bulbs. And to me, it just brings me such a new energy. After the last year and whatnot we've all endured, it's just wonderful to have springtime. Let's see, grateful that I got my Johnson & Johnson vaccine last Wednesday and no problemo, just feeling good. I'm grateful to have it. No reactions. So again, just moving on. Grateful that my eye healed so beautifully from my recent retinal detachment surgery. So that's phenomenal. I mean, wow. Healing is just an amazing thing. And I am proud, gosh. Okay, two things I would say, mostly just finding groundedness amidst the life circumstances. Really choosing to be more of a light than not. And recently finished 2 interior design projects, 1 basement finish, turned out absolutely fabulous for an elderly woman who's moved in and is ecstatic with her new space. And 1, a full house in Saddle Rock that was a complete remodel. I'm having she and her husband over for dinner in May, and that's gone swimmingly well. So very grateful for that and proud of my creativity.
Yay! And proud of you for speaking up when Janet gets lost.
Hey,
So thank you.
happens, you betcha. Yeah, thank you.
Jackie, bring us home. I'm so happy
Hey.
and grateful now that I'm so proud.
I am so happy and grateful that I actually cooked us dinner tonight. I mean, I don't even remember the last time my dinner is always a can of soup and saltines on the most, you know, or scrambled eggs. But I had a cousin unexpectedly come visit. So I cooked and he said it was pretty good. So, and I'm really proud that when you said we were all going to find our soul song and there might be singing, I'm proud that I didn't flip out and panic. Oh, and I figured out I don't have one of those cool lights that lights up your face. So I hold my phone light on me so y'all can see.
Perfect.
Awesome. That's great. There is nothing that is so disorienting when someone, you know, like drops out and then all the pictures move.
Yeah.
You know, it actually screws me up because I'm paying attention to a pattern. And when the pattern changes, here comes Sherry. Everybody moved again.
Gonna keep
Sherry's
dancing.
going to keep me on my toes tonight. So let's see if I can do a share screen. And here we go. Look at this. Come on, move away. Okay. So we are going to talk about finding our soul song tonight because we all have one. We may even have more than one. So if I ask you what time is it, where am I, what did I just do? What's going on in your mind? Anybody? Where does your mind go when you get questions like that?
Look for the answer.
Yeah, you're just like, you're in this faster pace, right? It's like, do we answer that question with, oh, it's time for me to feel good. I'm in a happy place. I'm feeling joy. What did I just do that made me feel good? That isn't how we answer those questions. We don't, we stay right here on this beta level, right? With this activity. What time is it? Oh, you must need to know what time it is. Oh, where am I? I'm home. Okay, no, I was over here. We move into this reactive place. And tonight, what I want you to do is, if we take a breath and we think about it, what time is it in my life right now? Ask yourself that question. What time is it for me? Where am I in my life right now? Where am I feeling? Where am I being? What did I just do that brought me joy? What have I done recently that made me smile? Let's take those questions and look at them from a different place. And just asking them from a different place slows us down a little, doesn't it? I love this quote from Dalai Lama. He says, joy is in fact our birthright, and even more fundamental than happiness is joy. I don't know if you've read the book of Joy that was written by the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu. Wonderful book. And these two laugh together all the time, because their thing is, joy is what we're made for. So now that we've slowed down a little bit, we've taken some breaths, we thought about this. What are the things I notice? Ask yourself this question. What are the things I notice? 3 things that you notice right now for yourself that makes you think of joy. And just jot them down. Anybody have something they'd like to share with us that came up for them? We're kind of slowing the pace of our brains down a little bit. What came up for you that you noticed?
I'll go.
Thank you, Mel.
I noticed these 3 things. My flowers are still blooming on my table.
All right.
My house is nurtured, and I am rested.
Ooh, isn't that beautiful? Thank you. That's beautiful. Deanna, you look like you had your hand up.
No, I really didn't. I was going, oh
Oh.
my goodness, Mel. I was kind of the opposite of that, actually. But the thing that I thought of was the friends' faces, that immediately were in front of me with that too. And then I just kind of blanked out. And when she said she's rested, it's like, oh yeah, no, can't go there. Nurtured in. And my mind just kind of went like, oh no, I got work to do, Mel.
Oh.
So I kind of went to a blank.
Oh, that's okay. You came up with one. Seeing everybody's faces, very joyful tonight. Yes. Anybody else? Diane.
I came up with that same thing. This moment of connection with all of you, which fills me with joy, and then I also my feeling of healthy.
Yes.
Fills me with joy. So that that always brings a smile to my face, especially when I, like you say, stop a moment and just connect back in with your physical being.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that always comes up for me, is the feeling of healthy.
And that is joyful. Anytime we've ever been unhealthy, really, really taking the time to notice and be grateful for when we are healthy is very joyful. So thank you for reminding us of that. Anybody else? I mean, Julie, you got to be just like bursting with joy with your eye surgery coming out so well.
Yeah. So the 3 things that came up for me is not feeling the need to jump. Like, up until now, I have always just felt like I have to overachieve, overdo, overcompensate, whatever. And so just not feeling the need to jump is wonderful. And more rest and peace, and just very grateful. Yeah.
Great. Thank you for that, Julie. Anyone else want to share what came to them? I'm looking for hands here. No? Okay, you know that it's always optional. Nobody has to. But thank you for those who did. It helps us all. What is at least one reason to smile? I will tell you that Monday, after dancing all weekend, I was pretty tired. I was very tired. But I took a couple hours. I went over to see my little granddaughters because my daughter-in-law is out of town. And so I said to my son, I'll come over. And he goes, Mom, I am perfectly capable of taking care of my daughters by myself. And I'm like, I'm not offering to come over to take care of your girls. I thought you might like a distraction. I'm offering to be a distraction. So I came over for a couple of hours and Laura was sleeping when I got there. So I got to play with Eleanor. And how can you not just be smiling like every minute? That girl is just bubble, 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 happy, happy, happy. And then after a while, Laura woke up and she heard me talking to Eleanor, and I heard her in the bedroom going, Daddy Nana's here. She knew my voice. So I was smiling all day. I came home, I was dead tired, and I still had a client on Monday night, and I'm like, you need to be present for this person. But you know how sometimes you think you're tired and then you're just present and then you're smiling because there were all kinds of wonderful things going on in her life. And I was so happy that I could be present and do that. So I've had a lot of reasons to smile in the last few days. Who else would like to share at least one reason to smile?
Well, seeing all of you, I'll just kind of echo what everybody else was saying. I mean, just coming on here and seeing everybody's faces again after a while, you know, we haven't been together. I just, the smile on my face immediately.
I'll go with the grandbaby. Yesterday she was 6 months and I got that 6-month picture and it's like, oh yeah, there she is. There's my baby.
Oh, and isn't that just the best?
Mhm.
It is the best. Smiling is really important. It actually moves endorphins. It actually makes us feel better. Sometimes when we're not feeling, we're feeling icky or out of touch, just smiling will make us feel better. We may not move from feeling icky to full of joy. It doesn't usually work that way, but we may move from feeling icky to a little less icky, to a little lesser icky, to, well, not so bad. And then if you catch yourself walking by a mirror, and I don't know if you ever smile at yourself when you walk by a mirror. I used to walk by a mirror and judge myself, well, judge. Now I walk by a mirror and I go, hey there, you look fabulous. You look
Can I
marvelous.
share one thing
Yes, please,
related to that, Janet?
please.
So this morning I caught myself in the mirror and I thought to myself, oh my gosh, you look like you have bore the British Prime Minister's hair today. And I tell you, I thought about that so many times during the day, and I just had to laugh because it was everywhere. But he wears his that way all the time. So anyway, so I did kind of judge myself in the mirror also, but it made me laugh.
Well, if it made you laugh, and maybe it wasn't as judgmental as it could have been. Anybody else before I move? Diane.
Yeah, I have this picture right here on my desk. I'm going to show you, see if you guys, can you see this picture?
Oh yeah, look at that.
Okay. This is me and my two sisters, and they're here at my house, and we are having one of our laughing fits one time. And we do this a lot because we get together and we laugh and laugh and laugh because we just love each other's company. And my sister Linda is a very much of a jokester. She's Miss Jokester. So I took that picture and I said, I want us to always remember this laughing moment because we were just cracking up laughing. And so I have this on my desk, and every day when I come in here to do work, even if it's work I don't really want to do, that picture makes me think of a joyful time. So I think, okay, and it puts me in a different space so I can go for whatever I've got to do here today. So I have that on my desk and I look at it all the time.
That's
And
a
it just
great-
fills me with joy.
Would you show it again? I didn't get to see
Yeah,
it.
hold back up.
Okay. Okay, I'm
Oh,
in the middle, and my sister over here, that's my sister Linda, and this is my sister Cindy. And we're
Oh.
standing in my kitchen, busting up laughing.
I love it. Thank you for sharing that, Diane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's find one reason to smile every day. How about one reason in the morning, one reason in the afternoon, one reason in the evening? And then we could get one reason every couple hours. Pretty soon we could have one reason every hour. And then we could maybe have one reason every 10 minutes. I mean, you know, there's so many ways to shift consciousness, do a pivot, smile. A source of joy that you've discovered or rediscovered by slowing down in the moment. So take a minute, take a breath, and think of where you have a source of joy that you've discovered, or maybe just came back into your mind and that you can use and tap into. I discovered, you guys know that I jumped off the deep end and took this movement class, and I was dancing for 4 days. I've never done anything like that in my life. And if any of you know me very well, I mean, getting myself out to walk is like a big thing. And, you know, it's like I've been the most sedentary up until now, the most sedentary person I know. And but I've always had this secret, just wanting to move. Now, this isn't about, you know, steps and following, and it's completely free form. You just do whatever feels good. So I was just doing whatever felt good. And for the first time in my life, I didn't care if other people were watching.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a source of joy. And yes, I was tired, but it's the kind of tired my dad used to say, feels so good. So anybody else on a discovery of a source of joy? Speak up. I can't always see your hands. Nobody's discovered a new source of joy? Okay, now I'm getting worried about you. Jackie, thank you. You save us here.
Well, for me, I plant bulbs in the fall, but when I planted them this past fall, and most times it's for other people. I want the outside of the house to look cheerful with flowers as people walk by or drive by. And today, it was kind of gray and cold, and the daffodils have bloomed. And I stopped as I was getting in the car, and I actually thought, you know, they're for me to look at and to enjoy. So that brought me a source of joy that it's such a simple thing, but I just had never really thought of it that way.
I love that. And you gave me the perfect segue, because if you listen to what we're sharing, our sources of joy are the small, the ordinary, the everyday that we notice, that we take time to notice. You know, Nell's granddaughter, that's a big thing, but it's a small thing, right? We often think that joy is going to come from these big accomplishments and these big things, and they come from sharing each other's our time. I mean, all of you talked about, you saw each other's face tonight and you lit up. That's a little thing, but it fills us with joy. And there's so many opportunities that we have that we don't take into our soul and feel. We take them for granted. I love daffodils. I love that story because that is joyful. You know, I always think they're such happy flowers. I was noticing, I've got a couple of dandelions coming up. They don't have any stem yet, you know, they're just kind of sticking out. And one of them bloomed yesterday. And I was just so happy to see the itty dandelion, you know, coming out of the crack in the sidewalk. It just made me smile. So anybody else?
I've been thinking a lot about
I
hummingbirds.
can't see hands, so speak up.
So I had some reminders of hummingbirds, and you know, they're my spirit bird. I don't know. And I am thinking about I started thinking about how soon I'll see them.
Oh, she froze.
She froze, and I think Janet froze.
I think she did too.
Oh,
Oh, darn.
Just want to make sure nobody else was frozen.
I
I'm not
know.
frozen.
I thought it was me at first.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like,
Yeah.
am I?
Can you hear?
I don't
Can you
know.
guys hear me?
Is anyone
Hey,
there?
there's Julie. Can you hear us, Julie?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Hmm,
Somebody,
Janet, you're
several people
frozen.
have
Can you guys
frozen.
I
hear
think
me?
I've lost everyone.
Yes, Sherry. We don't see you anymore, Sherry.
Oh, I see Sherry.
I can see her.
She's frozen
I
though, so is
see.
There
Janet.
she is.
I can't
Now
see
they're
you.
back.
I can't see Mel or Jackie or Sherry.
Oh,
Hey,
Okay.
Janet, are you there?
There
There's
you are.
Sherry. Janet?
I am.
Really? You
You
are?
keep freezing, Janet.
Yeah.
We don't
Can you
really
see
see you,
me?
Janet. We don't see you, Janet.
And
No,
Sherry's
we
boy.
see you,
frozen.
but you're frozen. And Sherry, we can see you now, I think.
Yeah,
I
I
she was
don't know what's
blinked.
going on.
Oh.
How we doing?
We don't
You're
see you
Can
at
frozen.
you
all,
see
Janet.
that?
I don't
You're
see Janet.
frozen.
We don't see you at all, Janet. There's Deanna.
Yeah. But I don't see Janet.
I don't either.
I can see her.
She's frozen though.
She's frozen. Yeah.
Oh, oh, there she is.
Oh, she's
Am I
frozen.
still frozen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're still
Yay,
frozen.
I'm back.
Ah,
Okay.
I don't see you.
I don't, yeah.
I want to
It's
go
time for a
to,
video. You're right.
can you guys hear me?
We
yeah.
can hear you. Yeah.
It is,
Oh,
okay, we're all
What
back. Can
happened?
y'all see me?
no,
No.
Can
Yeah.
you see
you're
me? Are we
frozen.
okay?
Yeah.
I
We
can't
can
see.
no.
Okay.
Do not
Okay.
see you.
Well, she's on the screen. She's just frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
Right.
not even on my screen. Oh,
There.
there she is.
If you're on a phone, you're probably not seeing everybody.
No, I'm on my laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too.
I see you now,
I'm gonna
Janet.
try to give you a video.
But I think you're frozen though, Janet.
Yeah, Janet, you're frozen. There.
There. You just moved.
You know,
Very-
sometimes if we turn off our videos, she might be able to come across
Oh,
better too.
okay.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Okay, so everybody stop
Wait a
your
minute.
video.
How do I do it? Stop.
Video.
Sometimes it works. Nope, she's frozen still.
I think it's on her end.
I do
Yeah,
too.
I think it is too.
So we can come back.
Yeah, we can. Well,
The good
Janet-
news is when Mel and Deanna were frozen, they had these most beautiful
What's going
faces.
on?
Oh, good.
Oh,
Yay, Mel. We like pretty faces.
Janet, if you want to try and go out and come back in,
Make one of us co-hosts first though.
yeah.
You guys, I gotta make somebody else a host.
Yeah, do
Make
me.
somebody else a host. Can anybody see me? Can find everything here. Just a minute.
You're
No.
frozen. You can
You're
make me a
frozen.
co-host if you want.
there she
Just a
goes.
minute. Just a minute. I want to make you a co-host because I don't want to get lost. If I want to be able to come back
Right,
into your video.
exactly. We don't want to leave the meeting.
I'll make you a co-host.
If you have other stuff open, you might want to shut it up down on your
That's what I'm
computer.
gonna do. I'm gonna.
Okay, you can leave now and then come back.
A lot, probably, Janet.
So Sherry, finish telling us about the hummingbirds.
Yeah.
Oh, it just was something that I revisited and it made me happy. And so I've been seeing them, not real ones, but I've been seeing things on Facebook or I actually saw some wrapping paper the other day with hummingbirds on it that were really pretty. And it just made me really happy to see them and to think that we are going to be having them in the flesh soon to see. It made me really happy.
Just be careful when you walk.
Yeah,
will.
don't want any more things from last year.
Oh, I
Can you all
don't.
see me now? Am I okay again?
You're just moving slow.
You're moving real
I'm
slow.
gonna try to let you see this video that I wanted to share with you. I'm hoping that I'm not too slow for you to be able to see it. It's only a couple minutes. It's probably about 9 minutes long. Can you see it?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
says TED Talks.
We can't hear it.
Journey to talk about the wheelchair and the freedom it brought me.
You can't hear it?
No.
It's really low.
Okay, let me see.
Changed the way I could access the world. When I started using the wheelchair, it was a tremendous new freedom.
Okay, I stopped it. Let me see if I can check. Oh, that's up all the way. Let me check my volume.
So when you share the screen, can you also click on share your computer sound?
That's what I was trying to do, Mel. Let me go back to it. Where's my Zoom?
It says your network bandwidth is low.
Yeah, that's what it's saying.
So I'm probably the one that's causing all the problems. Okay, let me see if I take, oh, just a minute here. Where does it give me this chance to share audio?
So
No.
when you click on share screen and that it comes up at the top, there should be advanced settings, advanced options that you can click in there.
Advanced music or computer sound only, is that what I want?
No, I think you want to share your computer sound.
Oh, there it is, share sound. This is a really, if this doesn't make you feel joyful, I don't know what will. Now, can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let me try playing this then.
I'd seen my life slip away and
Yes.
That's
become
much better.
restricted.
Much
It
better.
was like having an enormous new toy. I could whiz around and feel the wind in my face again. Just being out on the street was exhilarating. But even though I had this newfound joy and freedom, people's reaction completely changed towards me. It was as if they couldn't see me anymore, as if an invisibility cloak had descended. They seemed to see me in terms of their assumptions of what it must be like to be in a wheelchair. When I asked people their associations with the wheelchair, they used words like limitation, fear, pity, and restriction. I realized I'd internalized these responses, and it had changed who I was on a core level. A part of me had become alienated from myself. I was seeing myself not from my perspective, but vividly and continuously from the perspective of other people's responses to me. As a result, I knew I needed to make my own stories about this experience, new narratives to reclaim my identity. I started making work that aimed to communicate something of the joy and freedom I felt when using a wheelchair, a power chair, to negotiate the world. I was working to transform these internalized responses, to transform the preconceptions that had so shaped my identity when I started using a wheelchair by creating unexpected images. The wheelchair became an object to paint and play with. When I literally started leaving traces of my joy and freedom, it was exciting to see the interested and surprised responses from people. It seemed to open up new perspectives, and therein lay the paradigm shift. It showed that an arts practice can remake one's identity and transform preconceptions by revisioning the familiar. So, when I began to dive in 2005, I realized scuba gear extends your range of activity in just the same way as a wheelchair does. But the associations attached to scuba gear are ones of excitement and adventure, completely different to people's responses to the wheelchair. So I thought, I wonder what will happen if I put the two together. And the underwater wheelchair that has resulted has taken me on the most amazing journey over the last 7 years. So to give you an idea of what that's like, I'd like to share with you one of the outcomes from creating the spectacle and show you what an amazing journey it's taken me on. It is the most amazing experience beyond most other things I've experienced in life. I literally have the freedom to move in 360 degrees of space and an ecstatic experience of joy and freedom. And the incredibly unexpected thing is that other people seem to see and feel that too. Their eyes literally light up and they see things like, I want one of those, or if you can do that, I can do anything. And I'm thinking it's because in that moment of them seeing an object they have no frame of reference for, or so transcends the frames of reference they have with the wheelchair, they have to think in a completely new way. And I think that moment of completely new thought perhaps creates a freedom that spreads to the rest of other people's lives. For me, this means that they're seeing the value of difference, the joy it brings, when instead of focusing on loss or limitation, we see and discover the power and joy of seeing the world from exciting new perspectives. For me, the wheelchair becomes a vehicle for transformation. In fact, I now call the underwater wheelchair portal because it's literally pushed me through into a new way of being, into new dimensions and into a new level of consciousness. And the other thing is that because nobody's seen or heard of an underwater wheelchair before, and creating the spectacle is about creating new ways of seeing, being and knowing, now you have this concept in your mind. You're all part of the artwork too.
Talk about joy, huh?
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
We think there's no way to find joy. I love the way she talked about when she went into the wheelchair, and she was so happy for the power wheelchair to give her all the freedom, and other people started to treat her differently and saw the limitation in her. And the artist in her started to think outside the box. And I've never seen anything like this. When I saw this, I thought, this is finding your soul's purpose, because our soul's purpose is joy. Our soul's purpose is to have joy in our life. No matter what our limitation, there's a way to have that freedom and joy. And she demonstrated it in a way that just, I don't know, I found it mind-blowing. What kind of reactions do you guys have? Please share. Go ahead, Julie.
Oh, just unstoppable. I mean, extraordinary. You know, people like her and others that just really find a new lease on life when they have, when they become a paraplegic or whatever life deals them, and they find ways to just really rise above and really be positive. I sometimes say to myself, like, wow, that's just remarkable. I wonder if I would ever do that. Because not all people choose that. You know what I'm saying? It's that choice again. It's that choice point of saying, you know what? I'm not going to be defeated and just curl up and want to die. So it really takes that digging deep and just a huge belief in the possibilities, which is so admirable. I mean, it really is mind-blowing.
My mind was blown. I was eager to share this with you.
Yeah. Thank
Anybody
you.
else have comments?
It's just like she said, it's just mind blowing. It's hard to even still processing it, she's just incredibly brave, I think, too, to do something like that. I mean, I can't even see myself scuba diving, let alone strapped to a wheelchair. I mean, that's just incredibly brave. And like she said, freeing, it freed her. So
I love that she calls it portal. It's
yeah,
a portal
yeah.
to this amazing joy and freedom. What's our portal?
What's our portal?
Yeah, what portal to joy are you going to use? Or we each have our own portal to joy. Fortunately, I'm not in a wheelchair. I'm grateful that I'm not.
Yeah.
What portal can I use to move to joy? What portal can you use to move to joy? We're starting to talk about small ways in which we can do it, but there are many ways.
Singing, right?
Oh, yes. Singing does that whether you're a good singer or not.
Right.
Sing in the shower. How many of you sing in the shower? Come on. Tell me the truth. How many of you sing in the car?
Oh, yeah.
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 See, we all
I
sing in the car.
house. I sing in the house. I sing
Yeah.
all over the place, as long as none of you are around.
I sound fantastic in the car.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because we got like great reverb happening in the car. It's like, I just sound great there. But the point of it is that we sound as great as we are willing to let ourselves enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
So what she's doing is is taking us outside of what might be possible. You know, fortunately, we aren't having to deal with the amount of, you know, there's a lot of problems before she found that freedom. There were a lot of things to deal with, just going from her life to a wheelchair to what she's done with it. Those are all choices. And you know, sometimes when we don't have big things, we don't rise. My mom used to always say the little things in life, those are the big things, because the big things we rise up to. We meet the challenges of the big things. But the little things in life are the ones that eat us up in little bitty tiny pieces. Where if we find ways to make the little things in life those portals of joy, instead of waiting for the big moments, you know, that we've got so many opportunities that just go by because we're just, you know, getting by.
Mhm.
So I want to take you back, if I can do this again. Honest to God, there's some hope for me yet. Okay, so now that we have been inspired by this amazing woman, I can't find any of you now. Where are you? Where are you folks? Well, I can't see you. Hopefully you can see me. Can you see me?
No, but we can hear you. Oh, there you go.
I'll see you.
Okay, so write down as many things as you can think of now that we've had our minds sparked by somebody who thinks way outside the box, that bring you joy, that literally make your heart sing, that you can feel your soul connected to. And, you know, it can be the daffodil that Jackie's talking about. It can be the smile on the grandbaby's face that Mel's talking about. It can be the hummingbird that Sherry's talking about. Those are all things that bring us joy. But be specific. Write down what you really love and feel joy, because it's the taking for granted that makes us sometimes miss out on the joy of the moment. So I'll give you a minute to do that. And I've put some words up on the screen to help you on things that maybe help with your happiness or your joy factor. And maybe just look at the words for yourself and just sort of think 1 to 10, how does this play into my happiness? How does this play into my happiness? My joy factor. So we get trapped in the dues, the obligations, meeting other people's needs, particularly as women, we do that. And we sometimes forget to look at our own heart and our own passions. So changing it up. What does it feel like to take some risks, to be spontaneous, to laugh? Things that make our hearts sing. I just spent a whole weekend doing something I never thought I'd ever do. When we talk about your heart sing, we're talking about what's your voice, the voice inside, the voice that is in your heart and your soul. Choose what you love and what that means to you, how that means something to you. Move out of our head. And like the lady in the wheelchair, let's step out of the comfort zone and be vulnerable. And think about what experience could you create for yourself that would meet those criteria for you that you know would make your heart sing. What have you been putting off that you really want to be, you really want to do, you really want to have, or you really want to give? Maybe it's a big thing, maybe it's a small thing. But when we have desires in our heart, it's not put there to be ignored. It's put there because it's a desire to do. And if we have the desire, we have the ability. And we'll be given a way to do it if we're willing to embrace it. You guys know the 5 questions that we ask for everything. Does it give me more life? Does it align with my core values? Does it make me grow? Do I need help from a higher power? Is there good in it for others? If you ask the first question and the answer is no, you don't need the other 4. And here's a reading from Ernest Holmes from our favorite book, Creative Ideas.
With your
Today,
grandmother.
that's my grandbaby. If that isn't joy and wonder, what is?
Oh gosh.
You know? I love that picture of her. It's one of my favorite pictures of her.
Oh.
So today I am filled with joy. I let every sense of depression or heaviness depart from my mind and let my soul be lifted up in song to the giver of all life and to the joy of living. Joy is my companion. Happiness is my comrade. There is a song in my heart. There is an invisible chorus responding through everything in nature and every person I meet.
Mm.
So I don't know what you thought your soul song was before we got together tonight. If it wasn't joy, I hope that you are going to write joy in ink in big letters, maybe in a Sharpie, maybe in colors, maybe in ways that you never thought before. Hopefully seeing the lady in the wheelchair will get you to say, she can do that, I can do fill in the blank. And if you're not sure, ask one of those questions. And the first one is, does it give me more life? Because more life is more joy. And more joy is more soul singing. So comments, questions, wrap up ideas. Let me hear from you.
I love that line in Ernest Holmes, joy is my companion.
Isn't that beautiful?
Keep that front and center.
Yeah, I love that too. Thank you. Anybody else? Comment or question?
Just paying attention to the small moments throughout the day and letting that bring you more joy. You know, like today I was in the middle of a lot of stuff at work, and then I was getting all these calls about my brother, and I was just getting into this crazy spinning headspace. And then one of my cats walked in, so I just stopped and I picked up my cat, and I know Diane knows what I'm talking about. And just, you know, had that purring, you know, holding her, and it just immediately melted away all my stress. So just taking those little moments throughout the day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Savoring them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We've been taught to talk about our troubles. Julie.
Oh, I was just going to share about feeling somewhat isolated still because of the pandemic and feeling like I'm not part of community, which I really miss. I mean, Zoom is great and phone calls are great and other things, but it's just not the same for me. Including, you know, entertaining. I love to have a full backyard of people, and I love to cook, and I love to just have the joy and laughter in my home and in my yard and stuff. So I just am eager for the change, you know, just for things to turn around. And again, slowly, but to get my joy back in that way. More charity, more community, and more entertaining, and just more interaction.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good. We can feel it. It's coming. Anybody else? Barb.
I have something to add on to that, Julie. I walk every day, and for months I always wore my mask, even walking outside. Well, in the last 2 weeks, I decided, okay, it's outside. I stopped wearing my mask, and I have really enjoyed smiling at people, and they connect, and I can see, you know, they'll connect with me and smile. It really is a little fun thing to do. It makes me feel really good.
Yes, big time. Awesome.
Think how much joy you're spreading with your smiling.
Mm-hmm.
We are hungry for that in each other. It's our natural way of being, you know? Anybody else? Well, Deanna brought to my attention today that Zoom and I have had a little problem this week. I tried to set up invites for the Transcendence that I'm doing, that I'm just inviting you in to join with me so that you can get exposed to it and I can get experience, you know, and I'm doing it with the people who I invited, like you, are safe. So you won't give me a hard time when I have to read out of the book, you know. And Zoom did crazy things, like Anna's invitation came in Eastern time zone. It wasn't sent that way. Deanna got stuff that was like going through April 30th, and it's not running through April 30th. And I mean, just so as she said to me, I had a lesson in marketing today, which was really good. So in order to clear that up, I just want you to know is, if you look at the original email that I sent, where I wrote down this is what I was going to do, and there was no Zoom link on that, I realize in hindsight that if I had just written that and put in one link in, you could have just picked your days, or none days, or some days. That's because that was my intent, is here's when I can do it. Here's where you can go. Come when you can, if you can, how you can. And, you know, that was really all there was to it. So lessons in learning Zoom and marketing. And sometimes by trying to make it easy for everybody, I complicated it and didn't mean to. So please forgive me that. And we'll look forward to having some fun with movement, you know, fun with movement. One of the joyful things I'm going to share with you is my 3 sisters are coming out to spend a few days with me. They're coming the 30th of April. 2 of my sisters have never been to my home, any of my homes. I've lived here for almost 36 years. Wow. So I've lived in this house for 8 years. So I'm a little excited, lots of joy. And it's hysterical because I've had a spare room all these years. And just this last week, I took the bed out so I could make it a dance room. And now I'm going to have company. So, you know, the universe loves a joke, right? We love a joke. So it'll all work out, I'm sure. You know, it'll all work out, I'm sure. So I'm glad that you came tonight. I hope and pray and trust and believe that sharing our soul's purpose to live a joyful life. You know, you may have thought this was going to be about finding work or giving, you know, something in your life or serving in some way. What better way to serve yourself and the people around you than to be joyful? Than to know that your soul wants to sing in a joyful way. And it can be tiny things and it can be big things. Tonight, seeing all your faces is a big thing. Sharing with each other is a big thing. It's not little, it's big. It makes a difference. you know, and then we share our stories, and hopefully we go away, and maybe tonight and tomorrow, you know, as we all sing, is another day, right? And we'll notice something a little bit more. We'll notice a little bit here and there. So, anybody want anything before we wrap? Final words, thoughts, comments? Okay, then I love you all.
Love you guys.
Have a joyous and lovely
Thanks,
evening. and great
Janet.
Thanks,
Thanks, Janet.
Thank
Bye,
you.
thanks,
you.
Janet.
Bye.
Be well.
Bye, everyone.
Diane, would you hang on for a minute?